Subscribe for Reddit's controversial opinions. Men should be able to sue for damages if they were tricked into paying child support for a baby that's not theirs. I find it abhorrent that anyone would ever have to pay child support for a child that's not theirs, but I also understand that the child's needs come first and that the payments are in the child's best interest. My proposed solution is that, once the child reaches 18, the father can provide evidence that the child is not his, usually through a DNA test, and sue the mother for all the payments he made. That way, the child still gets a fair start in life, but the burden of financing that ultimately falls on the party who lied/cheated. When you go to court for child support, you can request a paternity test through the court. In my state of New Jersey, I think I had to pay $25 for the test. I did not have to make any payments until the paternity test came back. Why wouldn't they do the DNA test at birth and never pay the child support? Hell yes. Guy I knew nearly worked himself to death supporting his 4 kids. When the 5th was born, he was certain it wasn't his. White man, white woman, black baby. DNA testing ensued and he discovered not a single child was his. This guy worked a minimum of 60 hours a week for years and regularly did 84. When I hear the best interest of the child argument, I always ask, why is it on this guy to provide that money? Why not someone else, like the judge, who is apparently concerned for the best interest of the child? Family court employee here. Men can already file for recoupment. I feel like I've seen this very popular opinion like 7 times on this sub. TBH, men should never have to pay child support unless they have taken a DNA test that proves it's their baby. I should be able to sue for every time this is reposted. DNA tests should be mandatory at birth. Let's start with allowing men to stop paying child support after DNA proves the kid isn't theirs. The laws favor women who cheat on their partners and then use the kid to get money from their ex. https://youtube.b/vrenza6jqtki. So an innocent guy still has to pay for a child that isn't his for all that time? I understand the child is first priority, but I think it's immoral to force a guy into paying for something he isn't responsible for. Make it so that DNA tests are required for child support. This is why I have doubts about ever getting into a serious relationship. Things can just go wrong in so many ways. Whenever something that might benefit fathers who were lied to, cheated on, and essentially stole from, people say, well, we can't punish the mother because that's bad for the child. But isn't it convenient that what's good for the child always just so happens to be what's good for the mother as well? Seems more like that's just an excuse for fathers to continue to get shafted. That excuse is so bull. I was raised by a single dad, and my mother rarely if ever paid the child support she was due to pay. The law didn't come after her even when my dad reported it time after time after time. They didn't seem to give a fuck about the child's best interests then. Pretty simple fix to this. Make DNA paternity tests a required thing when a baby is born, along with the battery of other tests they do. I agree with the first part, but not the solution. Men shouldn't have to pay child support for a kid that isn't theirs, and courts should mandate a DNA test prior to awarding child support. Women have plenty of other options if they don't feel financially stable enough to care for the child, including abortion and adoption. It's not up to a random guy to financially support a random child. However, the flip side of this is that men who are the biological fathers should actually be forced to pay support. Quick Google search shows, https://www.census.gov/newsroom/press releases/2018/CB18 TPS03. HTML, that only 44% of custodial parents receive full support and 2/3 receive a portion of what they're owed. The punishment for skipping out on paying should be escalated. Don't want to be a father? Have safer sex. Use a condom every time. Why wait until the kid is 18? Goodness, just get a paternity test right away before you start sending money and save everyone a dang hassle. The biggest issue I see with the purposed idea of paying until 18 is that most the time someone being sued for a couple $100K will just not pay or file bankruptcy. Not the father, don't pay. There is plenty of state/government assistance for people ignorant enough to get in a situation where they don't know who the father is. Mandatory paternity tests at birth would eliminate the problem. Even if you know it's your kid, it should be like getting checked for STDs should be normal and destigmatized.